It's through violence you may find
The answer's justice.
Guys, you guys have no idea. You guys have actually no idea. And what am I doing with this? Both of my mics, they just died. Alright, they don't want to work here anymore. Alright, this is why I'm using my phone as a microphone with the SmackNPie. SmackNPie, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2-in-1, the Batman. The Batman. Alright, listen, we gotta talk about Batman. It's gonna be dedicated, one half is gonna be dedicated to the Batman review, no spoilers, right? And the second one is gonna be dedicated to the Dark Deception Chapter 5 new teaser. So you know what, wasting more time, boys, let us jump into it. So I've had the distinct pleasure to watch The Batman in IMAX, full blown, all the way on the top, even though that was not my seat. Shout out to my brother. Guys, when I tell you that this is the most Batman film you'll ever see on the big screen, I'm telling the truth. Because this is the most Batman film you'll ever get to see. The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, already great track record. Robert Pattinson as the Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Colin Farrell as Penguin, Andy Serkis as Alfred. The cast is just insane, right? Heading into this movie, I only had one, concern about it, and that was the runtime. Is that how it's all gonna, calm down, if it's gonna drag down. People are gonna be like, oh, it's too long, I don't like it. Well, like I said, this is no spoiler review. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that those 3 hours they run by, and you won't even notice. The opening of this movie is one of the best in all of Batman movies, period. One of the best one, period. Robert Pattinson as the Batman, my god, he understands the character. This is unlike any Batman movie you've ever seen, alright? It's more grounded, sure, but it's even more darker than any Batman movie before. Before watching the Batman, I sat down and did a marathon of all Batman movies. Batman 1989, even the animated Adam West movie, the new one that they did, bringing back Adam West, Batman and Robin, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, the Dark Knight trilogy, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, oh my god, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I was like, I'm ready to see what kind of Batman we're gonna get here. And let me tell you, this Batman is up there. It is up there amongst the movies, the great movies like Batman Mask of Phantasm. It's up there amongst the great movies like The Dark Knight. Matt Reeves has truly delivered one of the best, not only best Batman film, but also one of the best movies. It is so detective noir. It is full of detective riddles, puzzles, Batman moving on from one place to another. And I was watching another review from someone there saying, oh, it doesn't have that many action. They clearly don't know what they're talking about, boys. When I tell you this film has so much action, it has so much action. You probably must have seen glimpses of them in the trailer, like the one in the subway train station area, in the Iceberg Lounge, in the ending, up on where you fight the Riddler goons and whatnot. Those action scenes are insane, and since we were watching on IMAX, those trailers, they don't do it justice. They don't do the film justice, bro. Car chase scene. The car chase scene that you've seen in the trailer. Oh my, action after action after action. Batman doing moves, thinking on his feet whilst driving. And you know what's even great is that Penguin is no push around either. He knows he's being chased by Batman in his Batmobile, and he knows that he's a little bit, out car. So he thinks on his feet as well, and he uses the traffic to his advantage to, sway Batman from the chase that's happening. So good. It is so good. The funeral scene that we've seen, all the Gordon scenes, all the Alfred scenes, every single actor understands their role. Every single person understands the assignment. You will be debating and talking about Riddler's character for years. This movie will be talked about for years. And people who are not liking this, it's easy. They might not be Batman fan. Easy. It's easy because this is the definitive Batman movie. It's not an origin. You won't get to see the origin because there is no origin in this movie because you've already seen it, right? Think of Batman Mask of Phantasm, right? It's all Batman. And you got Bruce Wayne in this as well. We'll talk about Bruce Wayne in just a second for Robert, but you got Catwoman, which is really interesting. It's a really different Catwoman than both Anna and Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, but this is really different, yet it's still there as a Catwoman. She never loses her character. When you see Robert Pattinson, whether as Bruce Wayne or Batman, you will never feel like you're seeing Robert. You'll see Batman. You'll see Bruce Wayne, the young Bruce Wayne. Same goes for Alfred. Same goes for Penguin. Penguin, oh my god. Carmine Falcone. There's a deep history with Carmine Falcone. I'm not gonna spoil it because there's gonna be a spoiler review that we'll talk about. But oh my god, like the action scenes, like let me tell you, don't watch it in standard. Watch it in IMAX. Every single scene is built for IMAX. Every single scene is built for big screens. The sound design, it is up there. Paul as Riddler, goodness, he understood the assignment. And Riddler, what I love about these actors is that they understand how to transition and how to differentiate the character that is played, like Riddler and Enigma. They understand how to balance the two, how to transition between the two. Same goes for Catwoman. Like Zoe, she knows how to switch between Selina and Catwoman, right? Rob knows how to switch between Batman and Bruce. I want to talk about the spoilers so bad because the ending is insane. It is insane. It is so freaking good. And to top it all off, the soundtrack. The notes, they hit perfectly. And one more thing I want to say is that the reason the action works so well is that you have a lot of fixed camera shots. They're there to make you feel uncomfortable. They're there to make you feel unsettled. Like, you expect Batman to do pow 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 pow. You expect him to do all that. You expect him to fly around, kick some bullets. And let me tell you, like, this movie is filled with Batman kicking some butt. He's kicking some butt. Like, I'm stunned. I am so glad I saw this in IMAX. I can't wait to rewatch it like 10 times, so I will do that, and then we'll do a spoiler review as well. It's crazy how there's been so many interpretations of Batman, and yet it is still a very different movie. It is still something that we've never seen before. If you've loved the warehouse scene, multiply it 3 times. You'll get The Batman by Matt Reeves. Theme that Zack Snyder was going for and that was supposed to be Ben Affleck's Batman movie, you'll get it here in this movie. It's so dark. There are so many deep layers, there are so many subplots that everything comes together. I think for me, the reason it works is because I've been seeing every single interview, every single trailer, every single TV spot. So for me, I already had like a lot, and graphic novels before the Batman, the title before the Batman. So everything that I have known, seeing everything come together on the big screen, I think this is why it works for me, because I know a lot of it. Someone a casual fan, they'll still have a great time. So as a Batman film, even not just a Batman film, even as a film, it's a masterpiece. As a Batman film, it is a masterpiece. It is the definitive Batman movie. You have to watch it. Don't watch it or anything. Do yourself a favor. Get IMAX tickets. Get IMAX tickets, alright? Watch it in IMAX. I don't want to rate it, but I'll put it, if we have a tier list, I'll put it at the top, right with Batman Mask of Phantasm and The Dark Knight. You know, we say Ben Affleck and whatnot, but the reason with the Ben Affleck is that it is a shame we never got his solo movie. Then it would have been great to judge him on his own, because I wanted to see Ben Affleck going up against Two-Face, Deathstroke, his own Joker, Jared Leto, which he did in Suicide Squad, but not really. There are a lot of references in there that is seeming to set up the sequel and whatnot. There is no end credit scene. As soon as movie ended, everybody clapped. The audience clapped at like this for a while. You know a movie is good. And the cinema that I went to, it had some very casual fans, like they were not big Batman fans, like few of them, they would have like wearing Batman merch and whatnot, but a lot of them were just casual fans. So for them to enjoy the movie, you know the movie's good. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a masterpiece. It is the definitive Batman movie that you need to watch in IMAX. This movie is 7 of superhero movies, and this is a staple of what Batman is all about. Like, people understand what Batman is all about, and I'm so glad and honored to have watched this movie in IMAX and early. So shout out to you, and shout out to the cinema who allowed us to watch this early. Yes, I am posting this review very late because, you know, the movie's not out yet for a lot of people. So spoilers review tomorrow. We'll talk about the ending scene. We'll talk about spoilers. We'll talk about Batman 2, sequel, everything. Now, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more The Batman content. Now let's talk about Dark Decision Chapter 5. So if you've been watching throughout this, like you've been watching this, and you've been watching for Dark Deception, thank you. I appreciate you. Now, let's talk about Dark Deception. So, I get a lot of tags. A lot of you are tagging me saying, yo, Smack, get your butt here. There's a new teaser for Dark Deception Chapter 5. And bam! On your screen, ladies and gentlemen, we got Dark Deception Chapter 5. New teaser. Brand new teaser. It is uploaded by Dark Deception official Twitter account. And it says, there's a demon inside all of us. And this, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it's a sick poster. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's a sick poster. But come on now. Look at this. Come on now. Come on now. What is it? It was too easy for you. But no, seriously, this is not a joke, right? This is Doug Hauser that we've seen in Monsters and Mortals, number 1. Also, number 2, this is actually our first look at Doug Hauser in Dark Deception base game. We've seen him his face in Monsters and Mortals, yes, sure, but we've never seen his face like this in Dark Deception. Yes, we've seen official Doug Hauser, the old one, in the hospital in Dark Deception Chapter 4, Torment Therapy, but not here. So, what I love about this is that the tie, the red tie, it smoothly transitions to the Chapter 5 logo. It's so good. Anyways, the tagline here says, there's a monster inside all of us. Very simple and very easy to explain here. A while back, we made a video talking about all monsters for Dark Decision Chapter 5, and in there, I talked about one of you guys bringing up the theory of maybe the final monster being Doug Hauser himself, and then we've even extended that theory to saying, hey, what if it is himself in a way that makes sense for like every nightmare that we've faced so far, kind of combines everything with his evil self, the younger self, with them lips, and that is his final monster. Doesn't need to be final monster. Could be 10th portal, could be 11th portal, could be the final ending. But one thing is for certain, this Doug Hauser, the evil Doug Hauser, has shook Demon's hand. This Doug Hauser is on Demon Malek's side. Which is funny because Malek is wearing that suit and then Doug Hauser is wearing that suit. It's gonna be so sick. There's already a story that I'm imagining here. There's a narrative here that we see Malek is like, Malek, it's over. Malek is over. We've beaten all your nightmares that you've thrown at us. He's like, A mortal, not all of them. You've yet to face your biggest challenge, your biggest nightmare, and that is yourself, the demon inside you. And he's like, Doug Hauser, and then Doug Hauser appears out of nowhere. This is how it happens. Too easy for me to theorize, knowing every history and every chapter, every lore, narrative, exploring every single path. This right here is the key. This right here shows where Chapter 5 is going. Now, before I end, I think I need to clarify one thing. In my last video, I said Chapter 5 will drop with 2 levels. Some of you thought Chapter 5 only has 2 levels. No. Chapter 5 has 4 levels. 2 of them will drop first in Part 1, which is coming later this year. And then 2 of them will drop late to complete Chapter 5 completely. Mannequins and 10th Portal, and then you got the ending with Malek and whatnot. So this right here shows us that this is where we are, which is why now we understand why there aren't many Chapter 5 teasers, because every teaser is a spoiler, but I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. I am okay with it. Now we need Mannequins teasers. Now we need Mall teasers. Now we need 10th Portal teasers. But anyways, I will leave you here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I know I'm not as hyped for Chapter 5 at the moment as I am for the Batman. Look, I have went as far as to get a whole box of Oreo just because it said Batman. It's open, that's why they were falling down. I couldn't hold them properly. That's how big of a fan I am, ladies and gentlemen. I have wallpaper on my desktop. I have other stuff related to the Batman. Guys, more Dark Deception content coming soon. More Batman content coming soon. What it is very simple. It is very simple. You see this? I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, thank you. Thank you, well done. Good job.